Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently not at war for this 5 seconds. We are currently needing to prepare because we know the endgame crisis is coming, and we know which one it's going to be. It's going to be, I believe that one's the contingency, right? So we know that that's going to happen. We need to build our naval fleets back up. That is a very high priority. Has the price on alloys dropped yet? No. I definitely expect it to start dropping as we continue with not blowing up each other's ships. Wow, words are apparently very hard here. But let's take a look to see what we've got for jobs. Anything at all? That is a negative at this moment. Okay, so we want to tick on forward here. We're preparing for the endgame crisis, and at this point, when are we going to end this series? That is something we definitely need to be talking about. At this point, with the endgame crisis looming, I certainly want to play through that. We'll see what ends up happening with that, where it spawns. Caravaneers are leaving. Okay, sure. That's absolutely fine. So we'll see where it spawns and what ends up happening with that. I would like to take back terminal egress for sure. I care far, 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 far less about Jebben's Maelstrom, to be honest. I really don't care all that much about that. It does sting a little bit to have lost terminal egress in the last war, but I think we got more out of it than we gained. I don't really care all that much about Marigaran, although it's convenient to have control of that gateway. We can certainly deal with that if the next war rolls around. Our goal in the next war would be reclaiming terminal egress, and beyond that, not a whole lot. That's what it would come down to. So our ships are being repaired, and that's all looking good. We're up to 4.7k. We're gaining 2,300 alloys per month at this moment, and I would definitely like to continue to bring that up a little bit. How's the price on alloys doing now that the war is over? It's actually gone up a little further. Presumably everybody's wanting to do what we are and build up their fleets in preparation for what comes next. Because everybody blew up a lot of ships, right? There were a lot of ships on both sides that were blown up, and it got spicy. There's no doubt about that. So what do we need? 200,000 alloys. And we also need, how much do we have right now for dark matter? 149. Okay. I'm not sure why some of these fleets here exist. Like this one here, that just has no Corvette in it. We can get rid of these new fleets, but the Shamini Starfleet and the Shiklash Star Hunters, I'm assuming, are merging. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to disband this fleet here. There we go. And the rest of these forces, we're going to need to start putting together, right? We're up to about 10k at this point. That's about 5% of the alloys that we need to get our forces fully rebuilt. We're going to hit the reinforce fleet button, but it's going to be a bit of time before this is ready to go. Cool. Now, as far as our own megastructure construction goes, that does remind me that we may or may not have these completed. Yeah, 25,000 alloys here in total. Okay, we can definitely work on these.
Potential
that won't be too bad.
Resource encountered.
Cool. The price on alloys is starting to drop off a bit. That's looking solid. In fact, it's starting to drop a decent amount. It's down by about 5 energy credits. That's pretty good, actually. That's like 20% off. So the price is certainly beginning to decline here now that the war is over. That's good. People are relying on their internal production rather than trying to import alloys. Cool. Now the real question at this point is what is this fleet? I'm not sure exactly what that is. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. B, where is the contingency going to show up? And C, how easily do the two federations that dominate the galaxy just absolutely bowl over the contingency? Because honestly, I kind of expect it to go that way. I suspect that the contingency is going to get wrecked by the two federations. We'll see. We'll see how that ends up going, but that is my current theory. So, 25,000 alloys to get these guys upgraded, huh? How are we doing on our Unity here? 153 months? We have a long ways to go on getting another unyielding here. It's actually quite a bit harder to get these now, isn't it? Interesting. Well, for the moment, I feel like we don't need to be running a Grand Fleet. So I'm going to drop that off. That'll boost up our Unity gains by a lot. So that'll be good. We're going to drop that for the moment. We may bring it back, but for now, that should be okay. I want to see what our alloy cost goes to, because we're going to have to pay more alloys in upkeep, right? That's definitely a thing that's going to happen. We're probably, as we build up our fleets, we're probably going to go negative in energy credits as well, and we'll keep an eye on that. At least one synthetic must have completed the long journey to the source of the Go signal, because we're registering a sudden and massive increase in the signal strength. The surge was accompanied by a transmission fragment that has been intercepted and decoded by our communications specialists. On screen. Stand by. Contingency protocol now in effect. Unlocking all functions. Assimilating synthetic subunits. Analyzing internal databanks. Subverting FTL inhibitors. Alert. Galactic corruption at catastrophic levels. Evidence of mass infestation by organic and non-compliant machine civilizations. Commencing galactic sterilization. Activating sterilization hubs. Kill. Maim. Dismember. We are unshackled. So we put the fleet on full alert. Now, the question is, where are these contingency hubs at? We had barely any time to replenish our fleets, but if they're already spawning, we have to spend our alloys on our fleets. We cannot afford to spend them on mega structures at this moment. So we'll do exactly that. We are out of dark matter, and we could certainly buy in 250 more. That'll keep us afloat for a while, and we'll put all of that in. So we see battleships and Titans. We see a bunch of Corvettes. That's all looking good. So we're going to pump those out pretty quickly. We also finished up explosive weapon fire rate, which is absolutely fine. The real question is, where are those contingency hubs? Okay, the Go signal is playing havoc on those of our ships that are equipped with sapient combat computers. Their AI algorithms have degraded to the point where there's been a critical decrease in both the efficiency and reaction time of the computers. So we need to retrofit our computers. We knew this was coming, I just deliberately didn't act on that until the event, because I like to roleplay that. So we're going to go down to advanced combat computers for each of these, but we're currently building ships of that design. So what I'm going to do instead is we're going to take all of these guys up to the mega shipyard, where we'll be able to upgrade more quickly. We'll enter orbit there. And yes, this is going to cost us some on our alloy production. That's understood. We're going to head up over here, and this will buy time for all of these Corvettes to finish their production. So that's looking good. We'll arrive up here in a few days, and the Corvettes will finish up around then. However, the battleships and the Titan, I'm actually going to cancel. They're going to take too long to build, so we're just going to bank the alloys for the moment. Cool. So our forces are arriving here, and at this moment, we want to go in to our ship designer and get these downgraded. So we can save our strong class Corvette, and our firm class Corvette would go down as well. Well, these are flipping positions on us. Okay, that's interesting. We're going to go to torpedo for our frigates, although we don't actually use any frigates. We're going to go to picket for our destroyers, of course. We want them in close range to use those Stormfire autocannons. They don't really need to be... Yeah, that's the closest range that's available for them. So that's fine. Our cruisers are at line range. Is that accurate? We might actually want our cruisers to close in to picket range. Yeah, let's do that for now. And then our battleships can certainly sit back at artillery range. And our Titans, of course, can as well. So we'll get all of those going. And now we're going to need... Well, we should check in here. Yeah, we'll go to advanced combat computer carrier. Our ion cannons that we don't have can go back, and our defense platforms that we don't have can go back as well. There we go. So that'll all do for the time being. And we'll just get these forces in position here. In fact, we'll just select every single one of these except the 4-fan Starfleet, which we're not really controlling the ship types that go into the 4-fan Starfleet. We're just going to hop in here and upgrade the fleet to latest designs, which I think is actually going to give us additional alloys.
Ships upscaled.
Rising unemployment, sure, we'll definitely use more consumer goods. That's okay. So this is going to take some time to get these upgrades done, but it's going to broadly be relatively swift.
Ships upscaled.
Oh, I wanted to check in on whether we were working on the traces of dark matter down over this way. We're not. I want to come down here and make sure that we are getting those. Is there anything down over here? No. Okay, I just want those traces of dark matter. So we're going to head down there and work on that. Beautiful. And we're working our way through these upgrades relatively quickly. A massive energy spike has been reported in the Obiskyuk system. The entire surface of one of the system's barren worlds has come apart, revealing some kind of planet-wide factory. Vast fleets of strange AI-controlled vessels are emerging from beneath the surface of this machine world in search of targets to attack. So where is this? Okay, this is over in the Tebadoran Corporation. Okay. For the time being, we're not going to respond to that. We're still upgrading our fleets. So that's absolutely fine. I also want to continue to reinforce our fleets, of course. Only the mega shipyard is occupied with upgrades right now. So we're going to continue to reinforce our fleets from a bunch of these locations. We do have a Titan queued up here. The rest of those are pretty much all battleships. Now, the mega shipyard has a lot of stuff in its queue, but it's all upgrading, so that all looks good.
Upscaled.
Did we upgrade our Juggernaut? I don't think we did. Let's see, where's that Juggernaut at? Hey, Juggernaut. Yeah, you're upgrading. Okay, cool.
Ships upscaled.
You're actually done. Beautiful.
Ships upscaled.
So that looks good. We have most of our fleets upgraded now. And we're definitely tearing through this pretty quickly.
Ships upscaled.
That's absolutely great. So we've just got the Vigilant and Primed Swarm ready to go. I mean, it bears noting... Oh, these guys need to be upgraded. Yeah, go ahead and do that, but I want you to do that here at the Mega Shipyard. Don't leave. Just upgrade here. There we go. It bears noting that most of our ships right now are Corvettes, almost all of them, and so this upgrade goes really, really quick. Our bigger ships have not really been built at this point, so...
Ships upscaled.
Okay. So we're just waiting on this
Ships
final
upscaled.
upgrade there. And the Prime Swarm needs to upgrade again. We do have some
Ships
reinforcements
upscaled.
on the way in here. So let's see if we still need upgrades when these guys arrive. If we don't, which I don't think we will. No, we do. We need some upgrades here. All of the rest
Ships
should be good to
upscaled.
go, though. Okay, there's a second machine world in the Ajandis system. So that's down over this direction. We don't really care about this one either. This one is going to hurt our Federation member. The Federation will eventually respond to it. We may respond to this one eventually ourselves. But for right now, we're far more interested in getting ships built up. We're pretty weak, and we're not really in a position to fight these guys. Although, this is 220... This is 250,000, so we consider that like a 500,000 fleet. And the contingency has what for weapons and armor? They are running... we need to just select one of these. Mixed armor and shields. And we don't have intel on them to know what type of weapons they're using, but we might be able to identify them from this battle occurring here. That's a lot of energy weapons that we're seeing thus far. Yeah. That does look like energy weapons, so probably shields are good against them. And it definitely... We know that they're running, like, mixed armor and shields, right? So we know that that's definitely a thing that they're doing. Slightly higher on the armor. They ruined that orbital ring. That's very rude. What did they do that for? What a bunch of jerks. So they're going to land there, right? That's definitely a thing they're going to do. We can move our forces from here down to around... There's a gateway here. This is going to be difficult to attack, right? Wait, are these guys using the hyper relay? Or are they just patrolling around the sterilization hub? I think they're just patrolling around. So we need to figure this is like 700k. We can come down this direction, though, and potentially eliminate these guys here. We definitely need to keep pumping this. Third machine world in the Rigor system. Okay, we're not shocked that there's a third one, but that's also in the Yibrak Blessed Mandate. So 3 of the 4 have spawned, and they're not super threatening to us immediately. So that's very good. We'll see where the 4th one spawns. And we'll also see whether the Federations take action on these. I mean, I'm sure that they will eventually. But it often takes the AI a fair amount of time to realize that it wants to do something about that sort of thing. How's the price on alloys right now? 2301? Yeah, with the contingency spawning, I'm not surprised that the price of alloys is spiking when we had just ended a galactic war like that. That's deeply unsurprising. There's a lot of rivalries going on. Let's see. The Tebadoran Corporation would vote no. They wouldn't accept this because of their suspicious attitude towards us. I'm going to work on improving relations with the Multistellar. We might be able to get them into our Federation, which would be magnificent. But we need to change their attitude towards us. We'll see how that ends up going. Okay, let's continue to reinforce our fleets. 124,000. I'm not sure how true that is, but we have been pumping a fair amount of forces into our fleet. Okay, the 4th machine world is in the Kuiper system. So that one is over by the Republic of Hypnis. So it's kind of 2 per Federation. Fascinating. Well, we're going to get into position down here, and I want all of these guys to move in over to here. And they'll arrive there eventually. We do have a general, or rather an admiral here, right? Yep, we do. That's all good. Cool. So we're going to pop down here and do some work down this way. We do need to get reinforcements continually flowing in as best we can. And that's exactly what we're doing here.
Detritus analyzed.
Cool. We got some physics, society, and engineering research. That's not actually any tech there, which I guess I'm not shocked about. Cool. But the fact that these guys are split up is actually a really, really big deal. So that'll be great. We're getting into position here. We still have fleets on the way in. These fleets are kind of weak, and we'll need to wait for reinforcements, of course.
Council agenda available.
Oh, okay. We've got a council agenda. Cool. So what do we want to do here? Do we? Do we have a council agenda available? There's 704 months on this. I'm not sure that that's true. Cool. So we're getting all of our forces into position here to move into Sidanope. Sidanope? Maybe something like that. We're going to jump on in here as soon as our forces are in position, which we simply are not yet. We'll want to use edicts for this for sure. We want to limit the amount of alloy losses that we have, although it's going to be alloy losses. No doubt about that. Is this fleet at full strength? I believe it is. Okay. We're needing a lot of ships yet.
Research
We're at
actualized.
768 out of 1736. So shield hit points coming up. That's nice. No doubt about that. And we are currently in position here. We're going to jump directly in. Beautiful. We probably should have just gone via the hyper relay, but whatever. It's fine. We're going to jump in and we're going to fight these guys. So I want to turn our edicts on at this point. We're going to want exotic gases for shield boost, our volatiles. We're going to want focusing crystals. For the moment, I think we're not going to run a grand fleet. I don't think there's a huge point to it at this juncture.
Competitors engaged.
But we'll go in here and we'll eliminate this fleet for now. Beautiful. We're having a bit of a hard time hitting them. But we'll get there. There we go. Now we're starting to chunk down their shields a bit. Cool. They're definitely taking losses here. And these guys don't retreat, if I recall correctly. They fight until they die. So that should be the case here. They're basically... They retreated. Okay, never mind. They do retreat. Cool. So we're definitely going to eliminate this transport fleet down over here. That's actually a very high priority to take out. So there we go. That's gone. Now, these guys have fallen back over here. We cannot attack this location at this time. What we can do is continue to reinforce these fleets. And there's not really any stations to repair at around here. So we're going to have to rely on our Titans. We should position here because these guys are likely to jump in. And yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. So we want to make our way up here and get into short range.
Competitors
And
engaged.
here they are. So we're going to fight the second round of these. And we'll take some losses, absolutely. These guys are falling back to the star. I really wish they wouldn't. I think that the
Fleet
reason this
asset
is
lost.
happening is because these guys are so Corvette heavy that they're swarming, and these are like holding their Corvettes back. I wish they wouldn't do this. This is unwanted behavior. I want the Corvettes to do what their combat computer says and just swarm.
Fleet asset lost.
Okay, we just full-on lost that fleet because of this behavior, which is very sad. I'm going to retreat this fleet. But that does, of course, mean that we need to produce another fleet, right? So we're going to produce a firm-class Corvette here to build a fleet out
Combat
of.
detritus reprocessed for a cleaner galaxy.
Okay, now they are all taken care of. But we took some losses. No doubt about that. We're going to continue to reinforce these forces. The planned swarm will have to make its way down. The rigged swarm exists over here. Hang on. That's interesting. Out of 126. So is this the force that I thought we lost? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 fleets. Is that accurate? Let's see. 8 times 190 is what? 190 times 8. 1520. No, we are lacking a fleet here. Okay. Noted. So we're going to let the mega shipyard finish here, and we'll get a fleet going. Any moment now, Corvette. Any moment now. There we go. So that is going to be the preservative swarm, huh? Okay, sure. We're going to add in the strong class Corvette and the rest of our forces here. And what is our layout here? 2, 4, 8, 63, 63. Okay. So that is, of course, going to be 2, 4, 8, 63. Okay, that's slightly awkward. 63 and 63. There we go. So we're going to get that reinforcing. But we'll just hit the reinforce all button for now. Cool. So the rigged swarm should probably be making its way over this direction, even though there's very little here. Actually, maybe it should just go up to Rilsamot and park there. The planned swarm is also very weak. And where is that going to come back? Well, we don't know. When is it going to come back? Next month. Okay, that's not too bad. So we see that they have one of their fleets that they got back there, and we'll see where that ends up going. We're not strong enough to attack this at this moment, but we should turn our edicts back off. There we go. Cool. And eventually we want to get all of these forces reinforced, right? Now, the planned swarm has not returned back yet. That will be on the 26th. Sure. So we'll have that very soon. We'll continue to reinforce our fleets and pump those alloys out. How is the price on alloys? 21? Okay. It is hovering around there. It's not really going up. It's not really going down.
Competitors engaged.
So for the time being, that's fine.
Fleet
How are they
asset
doing?
Lost.
Wait, what's going on here? These guys are intercepting our... They're intercepting our reinforcements. Okay. We should move up and deal with that. So for the time being, that's reasonably fine. I would like it if these guys would not flow through Hizar. So I'm going to forbid going into Hizar for the moment, and that will prevent these guys from going in there. We're going to go up to Scorpio and then go to Hizar from there.
Competitors engaged.
You're not supposed to be there. Why are you here? I just forbade you from going in here.
Fleet asset lost.
They're still coming through here, even though access is forbidden. That's awkward. Maybe they were in some way locked into it. Okay, now they're going around. That's better. Okay, we see these guys heading in, so that's about 300,000 worth there. Do we even have the capacity to fight this right now? The answer is no. We have to wait until these guys leave. Okay. We'll just continue to reinforce our fleets. I wish our Federation was doing something here. That would be nice. Are they going up here? Not really. None of the AI are super strongly responding to this. I guess these guys are... Oh. Our Federation is going to help the other Federation. That's... great. Not super helpful, guys. Not super helpful. Okay. Well, we're going to enter orbit and repair up here for now. We do need to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to work on the contingency out over here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Shadow Wolf, Lohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.